What's up, guys? I hope you're doing well in these crazy times, and I really hope all this madness to end soon so we can start traveling again. But until then, let me show you how you can remove shadows only using curves adjustment layers. Of course, you can do that by using healing brush, by using content aware fill, by using stamp tool. But for this tutorial, I want to show you how you can use only curves adjustment layer. This is actually my last post from Instagram, and if you haven't seen it yet, I will leave a link in the description below so you can go and check it. And this is the shot with the shadows, and for those of you who are following me there, you know that things like this are too distracting for me, so I wanted to remove this shadow. And let me show you this folder. You can see I have only two curves adjustment layer, so this is with that, and I'm gonna teach you how you can do that. So without further ado, guys, let's get started. Of course, the first thing will be to hide this effect and to create a new curves adjustment layer. You can do that by going to your adjustment panel and click on this icon. This is your curves adjustment layer. If you don't see your adjustment panel, you can go to Windows and click on Adjustments. Or you can go to this little icon and click on curves adjustment layer. It will do the same thing. It will open curves adjustment layer. From here, I'm not gonna tell you all the details about the curves adjustment layer. There's a ton of tutorials on YouTube where you can learn everything you want. But basically, this histogram represents your blacks, your shadows, your midtones, your highlights, and your whites in your pictures. And for our example, we want to make our shadows brighter. So to do that, we have to click somewhere on this line, and by doing that we are creating a new point. Moving the point up will make the things brighter, and moving it down we make things darker. In our case, we want to make our shadows brighter, so we have to click somewhere where our shadows are. If you don't know where your shadows in your pictures are, you can use very helpful tool, this little hand tool. So click on it, and as you can see, when I'm moving my cursor, it creates a new dot on the picture. Actually, it doesn't create it right now, but it shows where it should be created. And if I click somewhere, it will create a new point there. So let's say we want to affect this part of the shadows, so we hold and click, and it's changed. The icon is changing, and by moving it up we are making things brighter, and by moving it down, of course, we'll make them darker. We want to make them brighter, so we'll leave it like this for now, and we can always go back and fix that later. Right now, of course, the effect is on the whole picture, and we want to be only on our shadows. To do that, we have to mask everything else and leave only the shadows. And there is a few ways you can do it. For me, for this example, the easiest way was using the brush tool. So first of all, we have to invert our mask. So to do that, you click Ctrl and I, and this will make your mask black. Now we have to paint with white. I'm using a very soft 70% flow brush, and I'm just painting. As you can see, I will be painting with white on the shadows. I'm not painting on the picture, I'm painting on the mask, and I'm not doing a perfect job. I'm just painting with white on the mask, on the shadows, sorry about that. I'm painting on the shadows, and I will fix the edges later. We have to fix the edges so it will mask perfectly with the highlights. If you want to see your shadows, you can go to your mask, Alt and click, and this will show you your mask. If you want to see your picture and your mask, you can hold Shift plus Alt plus click, and this will show you both your mask and your picture. Now, I'm not going to the perfect masking here, but I just want to show you how you can you can remove the shadows only using curves. Now, from here, I'm gonna need help of one additional layer just to see better the difference between this bright part and the shadows. And this is nothing special. I have few help layers here, but for this case I'll be using a simple black and white layer, because whenever there is a color, I'm too distracted and I can't see the perfect match between the bright and the dark. So by making black and white, you see only blacks and whites, and it's very easy to match them. So now we are seeing that our shadow is too dark. Still it's too dark, so you double click again on your curves adjustment layer, and we have to make it brighter. So we go up, maybe something like this. You can go and check if needs to be something, maybe something like this. You can see the edges are not perfect because the mask is not perfect, but that's okay for now. Now we can turn off the black and white layer, and from here we have to fix also the color. There is a few ways you can do that. You can even use the simple paintbrush, and let me show you. This is very interesting. So you create a new empty layer, you select your brush, and you alt and click somewhere the color you want to use. I'm using I think it's 11 by 11 average. You can use 5 by 5. It's okay. I'll be using 11 by 11. So you select your brush and you click somewhere on the picture to choose the color you want to paint. So let's say we want to paint with this color, and then you select your brush and you start painting, and it looks perfect, right? And then you go to layer and just change it to color. So this is not the perfect color, but this will be. And you see, if you reduce the opacity, you can match it, and it's very simple, very easy, very fast way to do it. But of course it's not perfect. I will show you how we can match it. I want to show you how you can do this by using curves adjustment layer. Of course, you can even try using the same curves adjustment layer by going to the different channels and changing the value. Let's say it's too blue, so we have to add yellow. Yellow is the opposite of the blue, so we have to remove blue. So you can use the same hand tool and you can remove the blue, and then you can go to reds and add little reds. And you can play with this and try to match it. You can do that, but for me the best way is using only one click. So let's do this, undo this. I want to show you a different way to do it. Okay, so this is how it was. So to fix it, we need another curves adjustment layer. We create that. Let me delete this empty layer. So from here you have to select the curves adjustment icon, not the mask. You need the layer, the curves adjustment layer. Then you go to white point chooser, you double click to this color picker, and from here we will select the color that we want to replace our gray shadow color. So we want something like, let's say maybe this color, or yeah, let's say this color. So we want this color to be replaced here. You click OK, it will ask you if you want to set as the default. You say no, we don't want that. Now all you have to do is click somewhere in your shadow area to change the color, and it's done. Of course, right now it affects the whole picture. So if we copy paste the same mask that we already did for our shadows, it will affect the same part. And you can see how easy it was to fix. Let me show you. This is the before, this is after. Of course, it needs to be fixed a little bit. First of all, you see these dark parts. They're too dark compared to this sunny part, so we have to fix that. And to do that, you can open the first mask and then bring this bottom dot up. So something like this will be okay. So we're removing blacks from the darkest part. And from here, we need to make it maybe a little bit brighter, something like this. And then we're going back to the second layer, and then we want to add a little bit more yellow to the shot, something like this. Of course, we have to fix, you see these parts, we can paint a little bit. I'm using very soft, like 1% flow, and I'm painting with white just to paint. Maybe 5% will be okay, just to paint on these areas and to match them perfectly with the rest of the picture. They are a little bit darker, so yeah, we have to fix this by using something like that, you see, and it disappears. It's very, you can make it look absolutely perfect. So if somebody see this, you will never know that it was actually done, there was actually shadow there if you don't show them. I'm not going to be very precise. As you can see, I left here some part, but that's not the point, guys. I want to show you how you can do this, how you can match the colors. You can see how easy it was just by creating a 2 curves adjustment layers. I think it's, let me group this, and this is the before and this is after, using, of course, some parts needs to be make a little darker like this. I don't like it's just a little bit darker here and there, and you can make it very, very nice. But you get the idea, guys. I hope this was very helpful for you guys, and I really hope you learned something. Unfortunately, I don't remember. I watched this way of coloring and color matching maybe 6-7 years ago on YouTube. Unfortunately, I don't remember the guy that I watched it, so I can't give credit to this guy. It wasn't my idea. I'm not the one who created this way of coloring and color matching, but it's very, very powerful way to match the colors. And I hope this was helpful for you guys, and I hope you like the way you can change and you can remove the shadows. And if you have any questions, of course, feel free to ask me. I'll try to answer all of you, and if you want to see another tutorial, just let me know, guys, by leaving any comments. So thanks for watching, guys, and see you next time.